What's going on, beautiful beings and conscious co-creators? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Demi, and today's video is going to be one dedicated to the empaths out there. It was just something that was really heavy on my heart. It's not even anything that I was scheduled to upload, but I just felt so convicted about sending something out there, putting something on the interweb for the empaths out there, the beings out there who can take on other people's emotions, take on what people are feeling in particular situations. If you are not aware, at the time of this video and at the time of this upload, the United States is, I mean, of course there are other, countries out there that are really going through it, but my reality right here in the United States is one that is kind of shaken a little bit because of what's going on with the elections, what's going on in politics, the government, protesting, riots. There are people being attacked. There's a lot of fear and anger on my side of the hemisphere. But interesting enough, there's a lot of anger and fear all over the globe right now. And so I'm feeling it, and I know some of you empaths out there, you're feeling it as well. And I just wanted to come on camera today and just give you guys messages of encouragement. So that's what this reading is. It's a pick a card, and I hope that you receive something from it. I hope that you walk away from your message feeling restored a little bit, feeling like your faith is stronger. Maybe you have like a little, a moment where you're just, you need someone to just uplift you. And I'm going to be that person for you. I'm going to be your sister. I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to be your mother. I'm going to be who you need right now to lift you up if you are feeling, just really down right now, really sad, really, really sad because of what other people are going through, because of what you're seeing online. Let me be that for you. So what I need you guys to do is pick a deck. So this is going to be group 1. I don't even have my titles. That's how random this is. This is going to be group 1. This is going to be group 2. And this is going to be group 3. Okay, so take a second or however long you need to pick your deck. And I'm going to start with group 1 and then groups 2 and group 3. I will see you guys at your timestamp. Those will be listed in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, group 1. Let me just shuffle a little bit. Okay, Spirit. For those that picked group 1, we are asking for any messages of encouragement to come out in this deck. Any messages of encouragement. So we have Queen of Wands. You have Queen of Wands. And you have Ten of Cups. Spirit is saying, now more than ever, rely on your confidence. Rely on your assurance. Step into the beautiful, confident being that you are. Some of you are in your butterfly stage where you're still, you're still trying to form your wings. You're still trying to understand your path. And Spirit is saying, while you're witnessing what's happening with other people, stay the course, because that course is going to guide you to the things that you ultimately desire. You know, some of you desire a family, a loving family. Some of you desire to have children. Some of you desire to have loving relationships with other people, people who understand you. And the celebration of what it is that you want to achieve in your life is not far from where you are. And Spirit is saying, have faith and have confidence in yourself. This is also an energy of fearlessness. And I'm hearing for some of you, now would be a good opportunity if you have a strong feminine being, energy, or even a spirit guide. If you're someone who knows who your spirit guides are, and you know a spirit guide that, I don't know, it's like some of you it's a spirit guide and some of you it's an actual person, but there's like a strong feminine presence that's watching over you or watching you in this lifetime. They came and they were assigned to you. This feels like someone that maybe was assigned to guide you, to watch you, whether they're in this lifetime or whether they're spiritually connected to you and they're physically not here. Spirit is saying, talk to them. What else? What else for the empaths, those that chose group 1? The Hermit card. Spirit is saying, take some time away. This is a card that's saying don't necessarily pay too much attention to what's going on around you, because it can distract you from the downloads that you need to receive and the clarity that you need to receive. What's going on around you, it's a circus meant to amuse you, entertain you, keep you away from truly fulfilling your purpose here, whatever that may be. So and if you can see right here, she's shutting her computer. She's shutting the tablet. Walk away from it. Stop watching the news. And I want to preface this, and I have a huge disclaimer in my description box, but you guys, I'm not a therapist. I said that I would like to be your mother in this moment, your sister, your auntie, that feminine figure for you, to just kind of, sit you down and say, look, it's okay, sis. This card right here, I'm strongly feeling some of you need to just stop watching the news. If you're watching the news and you find yourself getting emotional over what's happening, you can feel the terror and the fear of the people that you're seeing online, reading about the things that are happening to people in this world is just, if you can feel it affecting you and you find yourself being emotional because of it, it's time to turn it off. Someone needed to hear that. Ashe, Spirit. Anything else? Anything else for this group? Four Swords. Some of you are having difficulties going to sleep. Some of you are having difficulties putting yourself into a relaxed state. So I'm hearing right now, that's a really good focus for you. Instead of picking up your phone to get online onto Facebook or Instagram, instead of doing that, go on YouTube and look up guided meditations. You can go on YouTube and look up 432 Hertz is HZ meditation music. So 432 Hertz meditation music. That's for healing. That's for love. I use that for self-love meditations. Some of you, that's a piece of advice I want to extend to you as someone who cares. Anything else? But yeah, the focus needs to be put on self-care right now. We have 8 of Swords. Two of Pentacles and Ace of Swords. You're trying to play both parts. You're trying to be in the world, but not in the world. You're trying to participate, but not necessarily, be an actual participant, not an actual contestant. And you trying to play both sides is really, stressing you out. And that's probably why it's affecting, your ability to rest and relax and even sleep. Some of you are so distraught with what's going on right now. It's affecting you, and your insomnia is out of control for some of you. You can't think clearly. You can't think straight like you used to. Some of you, this is new because you're used to being able to think solid. You're used to being able to produce ideas and concepts. You're used to being able to be inspired. And for some reason, you're just like, something's off. Well, you gotta detach, disconnect, turn that laptop, close that laptop, turn that phone off, and get back to yourself. That's what's the advice for you in this card. That shuffled horribly. It's a lot of resistance. I even pay attention to how my shuffles come out. And I sense a lot of you are going to initially resist this. You're going to feel like this isn't what you're supposed to be doing. You feel like you're supposed to be out there doing something, making a stand, making a chance, making some noise. And while for some of you, no, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat that. Spirit is saying, sit down. Okay, a few cards came out. The first one says, today holds unlimited possibilities to see the beauty in life. So instead of focusing so much on all the tragic stories that you're hearing on the news, the tragic stories that you're even seeing, or not stories, but the tragic scenes that you're witnessing possibly in your real life, Spirit is saying, there's beauty in this life as well. And even though the media tries so hard to get you to focus on the latter, Spirit is like, but pay attention to the beauty. Focus on the beauty today. I think this is an advice as far as something to do to help increase, your emotions and where you are. So when you're feeling sad and depressed, this can be something that you can practice doing, is focusing on the beautiful parts of life, the beautiful aspects of life, the possibilities of what can happen in the possibilities of this life. This card also talks about options. Next card says, remove the limiting labels you are wearing. Remove the limiting labels you're wearing. And the mask, I'll show you again in a second. The mask says, it has different words like sickly, delicate, slut, ugly, stupid, unattractive, tired, sad, unhealthy, unintelligent, weak, ignorant, empty, delicate, not enough, frail, fat, bitch, not enough, lazy. And I wanted to read, and I know you guys are probably not going to be able to see that too well. You're probably not going to be able to see that too well, but it's a mask, and it has all these negative, low vibrational words that you probably think of yourself. Somebody has probably called you, referred to you as. Spirit is saying, let go of those. They're limiting you. They're deducing your potential. Empaths out there, please keep in mind, hurt people hurt. And when someone calls you those negative, nasty words, it is a reflection of where they are, not who you are. So don't take those words as your burden to bear. And don't take it personally. Let it roll off your shoulders. And if it does sting what they're saying, because sometimes words can hurt, I understand. Sometimes words can hurt. If it does sting, counter that sting with something positive. Counter those things with something positive. Always remember to speak life into yourself and into others. Always remember to speak life. Next card. Your soul whispers love. Your ego shouts fear. Empaths. This is a super important concept. Your soul whispers love. Your ego shouts fear. What you're seeing right now being demonstrated in this world by all of these attacks, by all of these protests, these riots, there's a lot of ego. There's a lot of people who feel like their survival is being threatened, who depend on things going a certain way in order for them to feel safe. And so because it's not happening, or because it seems as though it's not happening, people are losing their minds. But you are an empath. You are a co-creator. You are a beautiful being. You are not them. You fall in a completely different category. What is expected of you is not the same as what is expected of everyone else. You are not like everyone else. So stop acting like everyone else and stop taking in the emotion as if you are everyone else. That is their emotion to bear. One of the things I have had to learn as an empath is not to take on other people's emotions. Sometimes as empaths, we give off this openness, like someone can come and talk to us, someone can come and essentially deposit all of the things that they need to say. And you may end up taking on all of that, all of the energy that is in their stories. And what you have to learn how to do as empaths, because you can easily slip into feeling the way that person felt in that moment when they were telling you that situation, or when they were actually in that situation. So what you have to learn how to do is drop it off. You listen if you want to. You can listen, receive it, and then dismiss it, drop it off. Stop carrying other people's weight and trauma and burdens and negativity. Stop carrying that with you. It's not yours. It's not meant for you to carry. Well, one of the things that you can remember is this card right here. It's ego. The fear is coming from ego. But you, conscious co-creator, you understand ego. And you understand when it's ruling, and you understand when ego is ruling. I don't need to take this serious. I'm not even going to argue with this person. I'm not going to go back and forth with this person. You know why? Because we're not on the same playing field right now. Just as you wouldn't argue as a grown-up, as a grown person, you would not argue with a 5-year-old. So why would you, as a conscious co-creator, argue with someone who is in ego? Last card was forgive someone. Ashe. Sometimes that's the hardest thing for us to do, is to forgive. Sometimes it's the hardest yet most necessary thing for us to do is forgive. So if there is someone in your life that you haven't yet forgiven, you could be holding on to that weight, that negativity. Spirit is saying, let it go. We need you to release it. It's not serving you. Forgive and move on. I wasn't necessarily going to use this deck. I started to put it up when I was preparing for this reading, but this deck actually, I just felt something and it was like, don't put this deck back. This deck needs to be used. So what's in this deck for group 1? What's in this deck for group 1? What you want wants you. What you want wants you. Be sure of what it is that you're calling for. Be sure that it's what you really want. And I said this in my last video when I was, discussing people being stuck. And sometimes, and what I was saying in that video, and I'll say it again, is that sometimes we ask for things from the universe or from God, and one, we're not always 100% clear on what we're asking, and two, we usually forget that, that's going to come with a price. That price could be a sacrifice. That price could be you giving up something, you giving up someone. And oftentimes when we move to the next level, to the next season, it requires us throwing away some things, dismissing some things, removing some things. So Spirit is here to say, look, empaths, what you want is out there and it wants you back. You've already established the connection from where you are and where you want to be, from what you don't have right now and what you want. That connection is established. So keep that in mind as you're going through this life. Don't forget that. Don't forget to continue to, it's like a plant. It's like a plant. You buy some seeds because you want to grow tomatoes. So what do? You take care of that plant. You take care of that plant, and you water it and you nurture it, you talk to it, you make sure it receives the sunlight it needs. And then after so long, tomatoes grow. That's what this is. I hope I didn't lose you guys. Because when you nurture something, it grows. What you want, it wants you back. It's there. It's ready for you. It's about access and what is required of you to access it. And are you willing to do what's required of you to gain access to the thing that you want? Because there's no resistance from that other end. There's no resistance. There's nothing saying you can't have it. It wants you. You want it and it wants you, so why don't you have it? Why don't you have it? Well, some of the common things that I see with people as far as why they are not where they want to be or why they don't have what they want to have, they're distracted. They're distracted. They're not fully committed. They're not willing to go the distance. They're not willing to pay the price. They're not ready to be all in. So if any of those things are you, I would definitely challenge you guys to focus on that and see what the change happens. Is I feel like for some of you, once you focus on that, there's going to be a massive shift and things are going to start really happening for you. I offer words of good intent comes out along with I speak with good intent. Yeah, your intentions. I offer words of good intent and I speak with good intention. What you're saying matters. Your thoughts matter and your words matter. And your words, the intention, it counts. Your words carry energy. And if your energy is, if the words are negative, the energy is negative, it will produce negative results. And that's why as conscious co-creators, we have to be conscious of what we are saying with our words, because our words can form things. Our words are energy, so our words create. You see how that works? It's a domino effect. All of it is connected. You can't continue to think that you can say things and that nothing will happen, no harm will come. You've heard of cursing? It's a real thing. When you curse someone, it's a real thing. Just like when you bless someone, it's a real thing. So, bringing it back to what I was saying earlier about what's going on in this world and in this climate right now, Empaths, watch what you speak over people. Watch what you speak about people. Don't allow your emotions to cause you to say things that you don't truly mean or truly feel. Your words are more important now more than ever for some of you because you haven't felt emotion like you have lately. So monitor where your emotions are. Monitor your thoughts. What else for group 1? What cards in this Abraham Hicks deck? First, I seek joy. First, I seek joy and all else follows. First, I seek joy and all else follows. This card reads, since your feeling of joy is your indication of your connection with your source, once you have achieved joy, you have achieved connection with your source. And under these circumstances, all that is good follows. Joy is a vibration. Joy is a frequency. You can Google a frequency chart if you'd like. I think joy is right underneath peace, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen the chart in a minute now, so I may be mistaken. But that card for you guys, I'm definitely picking up as just, focusing on your vibration, so that you can connect with your source. And Abraham Hicks always talks about establishing that connection, vibrating at the frequency that you want in order to obtain the things that you desire that are in the vortex. That's what they call it, a vortex. It's similar to law of attraction talk, meaning what you want is out there. Again, like what we said right here, what you want wants you. What you want, I cannot talk. What you want is out there. And so when I was saying access, it's about access. And do you have access to it? Well, access requires you to vibrate at the frequency that whatever that thing is that you want is vibrating at. And what you can do as conscious co-creators is essentially what law of attraction talks about and Abraham Hicks talks about, which is living as if you already have it. Not that actual thing, but the emotions that you would feel once it was in your life. So for example, if you want a car, if you want the new, I don't know what's the car out right now. If you want the new G-Wagon, Mercedes G-Wagon, right? All right, guys, I'm sorry. I had to take that phone call. So I'm so sorry. And I have no idea where I left off at, but basically, what I'm saying is that, the G-Wagon, I know what I was talking about, the G-Wagon. So let's say you want the latest Mercedes G-Wagon. Well, what you would do is, it's almost like you're tricking your mind into thinking you already have it. So like your mind doesn't necessarily tell the difference between real and not real. That's not your mind. And so what you do is you tell your mind that you have it. That's the law of attraction. I should do a video on this. That's the law of attraction. When you tell yourself it already exists, you speak like you already have it, like it's already in your reality. So you don't say, when I get my Mercedes G-Wagon. You talk as if it already exists. My Mercedes G-Wagon is white. My Mercedes G-Wagon has leather seats and they are fire. My Mercedes G-Wagon is so cool. It's the most fun I've ever had in my car. And yeah, it'll feel kind of strange at first talking like that. Trust me, you get used to it. And the other reason why you want to continue doing it is because when that stuff starts to come into your life, this shit starts to become more like a game, and it's kind of fun to see what you can create and manifest. I want that for you guys. I want you guys to try it. This card flipped over. It says, I live, I laugh, I love, even when it's hard. I live, I laugh, I love, even when it's hard. Your question, and this is what we're going to end with, is how can I continue to focus on the positives in my life? What have I overcome lately? What have I overcome lately that was helped and supported by positivity? I'll read it again. How can I continue to focus on the positives in my life? What have I overcome lately that was helped and supported by positivity? That's your question that I want you guys to kind of think on. Journal, if you have a journal. Ask yourself. If you want to comment in the comment section your answer, if you're bold enough to do that, feel free to. Just try to let me know if you are going to comment, just so that, because I would love to engage with you guys. If you're going to comment, let me know what group you picked, and if you can, write the question or give me an idea of what the question was, because I may not remember it on the playback. But yeah, so if you can maybe answer it in a complete sentence kind of way, that would be helpful. That way we can actually engage, and other people that can come in, we can maybe start a conversation. So that is your question though, group one. If this reading resonated in any way, ashe, ashe, I am so grateful for that. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and go to group two, but I will see you guys, group one, in my next video. Okay, bye. What's going on, group two? This is your reading. Again, this is for the empaths out there. I'm giving you some words of encouragement, some words of advice, and just, whatever the cards have, as usual. You guys know my style. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So Spirit, we're asking for those beautiful empaths that clicked on the timestamp for group two. We're asking for any messages of encouragement to come from this deck. So we have 5 of Cups. Five of Cups with the 10 of Wands here. 5 of Cups with the 10 of Wands. Some of you guys, Spirit is saying, it's okay to let go. It's okay to surrender. I'm hearing that so strongly for someone. It's okay to surrender. You're not weak because of it. And Spirit, look, you guys, there's so much for you out there. Group 2, there's so much for you. There's so much for you to explore. There's so much for you to experience. There's so much love out for you. And I know that you guys may be possibly thinking that sounds so cliche, but there's so much truth in that. There's so much truth in that for you. But if you would just let go, if you would just detach, and not from one specific thing. 10 of Wands, everything. Detach. You're too involved with everything. And you're trying to figure out, why are you so emotional? Why your emotions are so heightened? And not only group 2 am I feeling that you guys are empathic, but you are very in tune psychic wise. You just haven't figured out how to channel it, how to control it. You're still kind of young in that aspect. But there's much to explore and experience if you would just detach. There's so much love for you. I said that. There's so much love for you. There's passion for you. And also, I feel like for some of you where it resonates, There's someone that is waiting for you. There's someone that's waiting for you. It does kind of feel like a love. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. This is a love. There's love waiting for you, empaths. A love, a connection, a tribe of people, a group of people, friends, a lover, a new family, a family that you actually chose, an inner circle. There are people out there that are waiting for you to become a part of their life. But you have to let go of everything that, shapes your current life. Some of you feel very young for some reason. And maybe not like physically young, like as far as age, but some of you feel very new to the realm of spirituality. And so you're still trying to figure out how to keep your old life while walking into your new life, and it's not working out for you. This is the way that you're supposed to go, though. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, it comes out. This is the route you're supposed to take, so just let it go. Let go of your old life. It was all in divine timing. You have the Emperor card and you have the Strength card coming out. Lots of majors coming out now, you guys. Empaths. This is your time, and holding on to your old life, holding on to what you used to do, holding on to, this some of you are used to taking on other people's energies. Some of you guys, that's the only way you know how to be. You're that go-to person. You're that fix-it person. You don't know any other way. A spirit is saying, that is not you. That is not you. That is not who you are. That is not what you came here to do. Some of us, a lot of us, sorry if you can hear my laundry going, but some of us, no, I said a lot of us, because it is a lot of us. A lot of us have come into this earth and we have forgotten the initial assignment. It's kind of like, I like to think of it as like, the game of remembrance. And some of you are playing that game and you don't know it. So it's about remembering what you came here to do. But the thing is, and you may be asking, well, Demi, how do you know that how do I know that this is what I'm supposed to do? Because you'll know when you're in alignment. You'll know when everything is right. You'll know it because there will be no doubts. You will be like, you may be a little nervous about it, but if somebody says, are you sure? You are going to respond unequivocally, yes, this is what I'm supposed to do. Because it may not be something that you're just naturally good at. It may not be. Depends on why your soul came here, whether it was to challenge you or whether it was to hone in on a skill that you developed in your last lifetime. Some of you, it's both. Both meaning it's one or the other. And some of you, actually, it is both. It's you came here to learn something new and also to hone in on something that you began to develop in your last lifetime that you didn't get to finish. But there's a sense of conviction and security that you'll feel, and that is how you know you're in alignment. And it'll come from not the verification or the accolades from other people, the recognition from other people. Because as you see, we have no Six of Wands. We have no, Four of Wands energy here. What we have is confidence. What we have is courage. This is self. This is discipline and structure. This is action. This is Aries energy. Divine masculine energy right here. It's about action. Going for it. You'll get your support. Yes, you got Three of Pentacles. You'll get your support. You'll have your tribe of people. You'll have your lover. Some of you, that's a soulmate back there. But empaths, you got to let go of your old life. You've got to let go of taking on other people's problems. You've got to let go of taking on other people's drama. You've got to let go of putting yourself in other people's shoes. You guys are too good at it. And you're good at it because of things that have happened in your past life. But just because you're good at it in this life doesn't mean you're supposed to be doing it. Let's pull some from this deck. Spirit, we're asking for any other words, cards of encouragement for those that picked group 2, the empaths that picked group 2, Spirit. Okay, hold on. So many cards just came out, and I had to stop one from falling on the floor. Quite a few. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Be bold. Don't be afraid to stand out. Be bold. Don't be afraid to stand out. Empaths. Some of you are used to playing the background. Some of you are just used to, fixing people and then kind of going back into your cave. Some of you are natural introverts. You can still be an introvert, but your calling is leading you into the forefront. And there's someone that watched, some of you that are watching this video from my last video, because I don't know what group that was. But I know I've said that before. And some of you from that group are going to watch this and pick group 2. And if you do, if that's not confirmation, I don't know what is, because I know I said that, because I feel like there's a few of y'all that keep following me and watching my videos, and because I keep getting this same sense that there's someone watching this that needs to know you're meant to stand out. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to be out in the spotlight. And even though I know that there's a lot of resistance on your end about being out in the spotlight, because you may have some insecurity issues, you may have some confidence issues, you may just be a naturally doubtful or anxious person, fearful person. Spirit doesn't care about any of that. I'm telling you right now. That's your own mental work that you need to work through. But it's not going to stop the opportunities from coming to you. I feel that way. But what it is going to do is every time you pass up an opportunity to walk in your destiny, in your fate, into what you're supposed to be doing here, every time you pass up an opportunity, you're going to feel it. Commit to self-care rituals. So as I was saying before, that mental work needs to be on point from where you're going, because you're going to be tested and challenged mentally. Why? Because that's just the way of the world right now. And you happen to be born during a time or not during a time, because you happen to be born and growing up and probably in your adulthood, early adulthood, mid-adulthood, or late in your adulthood, in a time where, there's a lot of critical people out here. And you can't rely on those critical people to validate who you are. Because everyone's funny acting. One minute, you're the hot girl, you're the it girl, you're everything, and the next minute, nobody wants anything to do with you. So as you are maneuvering through this finicky cycle, there has to be a constant, and the constant is you. And so you strengthen you by taking care of yourself, doing things that make you feel good. Go to a spa, make your bathroom a spa, take care of yourself, moisturize. Do a face mask. Go get your nails done. Go get your hair done. Whatever it is that you like to do. Don't reject yourself, okay? Change one small thing today. Hey, that came in. I'm pulling them like right on top of each other. I would advise what I just said there. Change one small thing. Start today. Do something today that you can say was about yourself. Turn criticism into kindness. As I said before, some of you are going to be faced with a lot of, critiques from critics. Critics criticize. As you're maneuvering into this world, as you're testing out, what you're supposed to do, this idea of you standing out, being bold, Being bold, it means counteracting the doubt that may be coming into your mind. Being bold, being fearless. Okay? When you hit a criticism, compliment them. You know, if someone says, we don't like you, say, oh, okay, well, have a good day. You could. What are they going to say? They're going to look stupid. And even if they don't look stupid, and I said this in group 1, it's never about you. Don't take it personally. There are a lot of miserable people out here, and they do things that hurt other people because they're hurting. They don't know any better. You are conscious co-creators, though. I speak that over you guys' life. Every video, I call you guys conscious co-creators because I'm speaking that affirmation, which means you are a part from the rest. You are not like everyone else. So when someone comes in and tries to treat you like everyone else, you do something different. You turn the criticism into kindness. That last card that came out from that deck was get back to nature and reconnect to your hippie roots. I didn't show you that. Reconnect to your hippie roots. It's just about grounding yourself. Go sink your feet into some grass. Especially for you divine feminine out there. Connecting with Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, Mother Nature. Connecting back to that involves, just submerging yourself into the things that she has created for us to consume and to enjoy. So go for a swim in a lake if you can swim, or go lay out in the grass, stargaze in the grass, eat fresh fruits and vegetables. Like, go if you have access to a farm or a local farm or a farmer's market, eat fresh fruits and vegetables. That's another way to ground yourself. Now, this deck was very interesting because I was saying this in group 1. I was going to put this deck back because I had already used this deck, but Spirit was like, no, we need this deck again. So here we are, Spirit, with this deck. What do you have in this deck for group 2? Any words of encouragement or advice for the empaths? Thank you. This card says collaborative dreaming. Collaborative dreaming. Empaths. This reminds me of the 3 of Pentacles that came out earlier. And the Lover's card that came out earlier. It reminds me of the 3 of Pentacles because it's the energy of collaboration. It's the energy of togetherness. It's the energy of being on one accord and being effective and establishing and producing. Some of you are meant to have a team. I think some of you, the tribe is the team. There's a mission that you're meant to be a part of. And I see you being very passionate and in love with these people, with this mission. It's something that is very much in alignment with your fate and your destiny. And for some of you, it's not a group of people, it's a partner. Your partner is your better half, or your, like they say better half, like your other half is what I really meant to say. Not better because, I don't want to go in that direction, even just speaking kind of loosely. But your partner is the other half of that puzzle. And so when you connect with your partner, which I think should be happening soon after, you satisfy this 5 of Cups and 10 of Wands energy, soon after you satisfy that, your partner, it'll leave space for your partner to come in, and you're going to realize your partner has the same type of drive as you do, and the fates are very similar. So this will be a seamless, partner, business partner, spiritual partner, what have you. So I definitely look forward to, people coming back into the comments possibly and letting me know, what happened from that. All right, okay. before I can even get the question out, I'll take it. As I breathe deeply, I feel myself thrive. The card says thriving is as natural as breathing itself. By relaxing often and breathing deeply, your natural thriving is enhanced. So, meditation, when you sit down and you just do breath work, you focus on your breathing, breathing in for 6 seconds or 5 seconds, holding for 5 or 6 seconds, and then releasing for 5 or 6 seconds. And doing that, even for just 20 minutes, guys, it really can change, your whole mood. It can change your mood. It can change your thought patterns. Like the thought processes that you have, it can change the way that you think. So I implore you, empaths, during this time, instead of taking on other people's emotions, instead of trying to find where they are, instead of doing that, focus on your breathing. These cards are upside down. What about this deck, Spirit? What in this deck is for group 2? I speak positively of others. Empaths, if you have a platform, or if that's something that you're called to do, have a platform so that you can speak your truth to others. So you can speak your truth to others. So I see motivational speaker here. I see you being even like for other people. I know you guys are, like I said before, you're fix-it. Maybe it's not necessarily about you trying to fix them. Maybe it's about you just giving them the wisdom that you have the ability to access and then move on. Not to get attached to that person or their story, but maybe just to hear their story, to give them a word of encouragement, a word of advice, a light, or a beacon of positivity that they need, and then keep going. Because some of you have the ability to remain very optimistic. That's how you end up in this position of being the fixer. I don't know if that's necessarily, like I said, I know that you guys are really good at it. I don't know if that's necessarily what you need to continue to do, but I am feeling from this card that I am feeling from this card there's a way to reach so many more people than just the individual ones that you have currently, given advice to and helped out. Is a larger scale for you. And the last deck we're going to end with comes with a question for you guys, empaths. So for this deck, Spirit, we're asking for a card to come through for those that picked group 2. Take the bottom one. We need one card for this. Okay, this card, it says, I am freed from anxiety and worry with each deep breath. I am freed from anxiety and worry with each deep breath. And then your question, group 2, is how can I stay grounded as I move throughout the day? What situations make me feel the most anxious? How can I reduce or prevent such situations? So that's your question. And yeah, I mean, the answer to that for some of you guys, we kind of did talk about grounding when we talked about, get back to nature and establish your hippie roots. We talked about grounding a little bit. Spirit is saying focus on grounding a lot. It's a lot of detachment. It's a lot of just, releasing. It's a lot of healing and grounding as well. So, that's a question for you. You can write it in a journal if you journal or you diary. if you're bold, you can answer the question in the comment section. The only thing I ask is if you do, please comment the group that you're answering the question for, or the question. You can write the question down, because I want to be able to engage with you guys and participate. So I'm gonna need to know what you're referencing when you comment, because there are 3 groups. Okay, so with that being said, thank you guys so much, group 2, for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that you receive something and it resonates, and if it did, ashe, ashe, ashe. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the last group, group 3, but I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye. What's going on, group 3? Empaths, this is your reading. Again, this is just messages of encouragement and advice for you during this time, and we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. So, Spirit, we're asking for messages of encouragement and advice to come through in this deck. Thank you. Excuse me, I think I have the hiccups. So right off the top, we have 9 of Wands, we have the Emperor, and we have the 8 of Cups. So it's looking like right now there's an opportunity to endure something or release it. I think that some of you guys, empaths, you're caught between a rock and a hard place, and Spirit is saying, you know, they understand. That's what I'm hearing. They understand. Spirit is saying that we understand that you're used to weathering through, but whatever the situation is, definitely don't be disillusioned into thinking that giving up is negative, particularly about this situation. I think that some of you guys are thinking, well, I can't quit because it represents, you know, and then insert whatever reason that you have for not giving up, because you look at it so negatively. But Spirit is saying this isn't about giving up. This is about releasing. There's something that you need to release, and you're holding on to it, and you're justifying holding on to it because you think that it's necessary. But Spirit is saying, no, you need to release it, because it's actually hurting you to keep it in your life, to keep it present in your life. What is this about, Spirit? Okay, that one doesn't want to go in. 3 of Cups. This is about someone. This is about a friendship. Is there someone in your life, group 3, that is draining you? That is taking up a lot of energy, that is toxic? Is there someone in your life that is a toxic person that's it takes a lot of energy from you to talk to them, to engage with them, to interact with them, to just even be in their space? Spirit is saying it's time to release that person. It's time to release that person, group 3. Anything else out of this deck for the empaths that picked group 3, Spirit? Knight of Wands. I'm going to clarify that with a 6 of Cups. Yeah, this is someone who Spirit is saying that, one, you know, you're possibly going to overthink this because this is someone that's been in your life for a long time. This is someone that you're very close to. This is someone that you have shared a lot of memories with. For some reason, I'm picking up that this is someone that has changed. They've changed a lot, and you've changed a lot, and so you're kind of growing distant, and yet you're still trying to hold on to them. I'm feeling friendship. This could be an actual relationship. This could be a relationship that formed from a friendship. But either way, I know that this is someone that you care a lot about, and this is someone that you share a lot of memories with. This is someone that has been in your life through the ups and downs, and maybe that's why you're saying you don't want to release them, and why you're wanting to stick through this period of time, because this person has been there for you, and you don't want to be looked at as a individual who just you know just up and left this person. However, this is more of a calculated move. I'm seeing that in this reading, but particularly with the Emperor card. But now that I'm seeing the Knight of Wands, there's a lot that you have to learn from even releasing this person, that you won't learn if you hold on to this relationship. This relationship that is toxic, that is draining, that isn't giving you what you're putting out. This is a calculated move. And what you're not seeing is behind this Six of Cups familiar energy of in you justifying not doing that. What you're not seeing is that for some of you, the key to being able to truly and authentically explore the freedom of who you are is behind the release. I'm gonna do one more card. Ten of Wands. This is the second group with a Ten of Wands. This is the second group now that I'm picking up the energy of you guys carrying a heavy burden. I don't know if this person is burdening you. Maybe this person is trying to hold something over you. This person is making you feel obligated to continue this relationship with them. Either way, I feel like you do take the large majority of the responsibility of the friendship or this relationship. You're taking it on your back and you're carrying it around with you. And I feel like you're being taken advantage of, because this person, and again, I know this is a message for the empath, this person knows that you're an empath too, even if they don't know what the word means. And they're taking advantage of that because they know, she's not gonna leave me because I have all this stuff going on with me, and she knows I need her. That codependency, Spirit is saying release that. You're meant to be free from that. You're not meant to live this life carrying codependent relationships with people, especially people like this. What else for group 3 for this deck, Spirit? What else for group 3? Any words of encouragement or advice for group 3? I'm going to shuffle. All right. Softly, softly, the tender touch. Softly, softly, the tender touch. So this card group 3, this card talks about allowing yourself to receive the healing. And the healing that is trying to naturally come to you, the healing that you feel called to. Some of you are resisting that healing. And again, 9 of Wands, some of you are resisting the healing. It's kind of like when you cut yourself on accident, or you scrape up yourself in your skin and the scab starts to come over, and you peel the scab back, and you keep peeling the scab back. And so you're prolonging the healing process of the wound. That's what you guys are doing. You're not allowing the healing process because you're holding on to something. You're not allowing that scab to form. So softly, softly, the tender touch is coming in to encourage you guys to allow the natural healing that's coming your way to flow. Let it flow like water. Let it come to you. What else for group 3, please? What else for group 3? We have ask for help, it doesn't make you weak. Ask for help, it doesn't make you weak. I'm going to offer, if you want to message me, to get some clarity or guidance on a particular situation, group 3, you're more than welcome to do that. If you have someone in your life, someone else outside of who I'm talking about and who I'm talking about, if you have someone else in your life that you can count on, that you can trust, I would consult with them. You may have some people in your life who already don't approve of the relationship or the friendship that you have, and you don't want to talk to them because you know that they're going to say something about that person, and you kind of know that they're right, like a part of you knows that they're right, but you don't want to hear it. Maybe go talk to that person and find out, well, what is it that you see? Because maybe they see something that you have yet to see or uncover, or maybe something that you refuse to see in this person, and that's why you're not willing to let them go. Because you're missing out on how much they've changed and how much they are negatively affecting you. And so maybe it's not you that needs to look at it. Maybe it's taking the perspective of someone from the outside looking in. It says, perform a random act of kindness. Perform a random act of kindness. So if you see someone and you have the ability to give or help, that's an instant mood booster, I'll tell you that. Next card says, nourish your body with high vibing energy. I love when that card comes up because it just reminds me to juice. To juice. So really the card is just signifying taking care of yourself. And again, I feel like for some of you guys, you really are heading towards a healing process, and that healing process is going to encompass the mind, the body, and the soul. And so part of that is going to include, making healthier choices with what you put in your mouth, what you consume, what you digest. Because all of that affects your mood and vibration. It does. Okay, 2 more cards came out from this deck. It was keep your thoughts positive. Keep your thoughts positive. That's very self-explanatory. And the last one is believe in yourself. Unleash your inner unicorn. Another self-explanatory one, but one specifically pertaining to this reading. Believe in your power. Believe in your ability. Don't let anyone put you down. Don't accept anyone's narrative over your life, group 3. You are who you are. You are whatever it is that you want to be. Outside of anyone else's opinions, anyone else's standards. Be who you came here to be. And if you don't know who that is, work like hell to figure that out. Because until then, you're lost. I will kind of side note and say, some of you came here to do nothing. Some of you did. I mean, not some of you, meaning those who are in my reading. I'm not channeling for that, but some people on this planet is what I'm talking about. Some people on this planet came here to do nothing, just relax. So, and then some people came here to change the world. There's a huge gap between coming here to do nothing but just relax and exist, and coming here to make massive impacts, massive influence, massive change, massive contributions. There's a huge gap. And that's why it's important to know what you came here to do. Because if you came here to do nothing, then you pushing yourself to make this massive contribution may not, you may feel like that's what I was being pushed to do from other people, but that's not why I'm here, so you don't do it anymore. And now you're fulfilled and happy. And on the other side, on the contrary, some of you who are coming here and you're not in alignment with what you came here to do. So you're doing one thing and you're unsatisfied, but that's really because you're called to do something over here. So figure out what that is so that you can begin to practice conscious steps in alignment with what it is that you came here to do. I am accepting. I said earlier, some of you guys, it feels like you're in denial about the situation with your friend, the situation of where you stand within that friendship, and how incredibly taxing that relationship is on you. And part of change is accepting that change is necessary, that change is required. This card came out as I was shuffling off camera. It says, the harder I push against it, the more I attract its essence. The harder I push against it, the more I attract its essence. The card reads, when you find some unwanted thing that you want to shout no at, shout briefly and then turn your attention to the thing you do want. Pay attention to anything. Any attention to anything is practicing the vibration that will bring it unto you. So basically what that's saying is, instead of focusing on what you don't want, focus on what you do want. So Abraham talks about contrast, and how contrast helps us to narrow down and narrow in on what it is that we do want to experience. And we learn what we do want to experience from sometimes experiencing the latter. So for you guys, you experiencing a friendship that at one point was pleasant and fulfilling, and at another point is unfulfilling and toxic and draining, you realizing, okay, this relationship is toxic, it is draining, not focusing so much on that, but instead saying, I want friendships and relationships that are fulfilling, that add to my happiness, that add to my joy, that speak life and light into my life. You focus on that, you send that that desire out into the universe, and then you watch spirit move. The very last card we have comes with a question at the back of it. So I'm going to pull that and then we'll close out. Spirit, for the last group 3, what message do you have for them in this deck? For the empaths that chose group 3. Thank you. It says, I am not limited by others' perceptions of me. I am not limited by others' perceptions of me. This card says, can I read? It says, when was the last time I let someone else influence decisions that only impact me? What can I do to loosen their hold on me? I'll give you a moment to read it. Very appropriate for this reading, as we were talking about letting go of toxic relationships, toxic friendships, toxic people, and how to release them. And this is saying, what can I do to loosen that perception and those perspectives on me? Your answer could be in this reading. This is a question, though, that I do want you guys to really contemplate, consider, and answer for yourself. If you journal, this would be a really good question to answer. If you're bold and willing, you can comment your answer in the comment section and we can have a conversation about it. I would ask though, if you are going to answer in the comment section, please let me know what group you're answering, just so that, you know, I'm not confused as to what you're answering, because there are 3 groups and each group had their own question. So please let me know what group you're answering for. And yeah, I would love to have a conversation with you about it. And like I said, I was serious about this card though. If some of you guys, if you have no one to talk to at all, you know, you can reach out to me. My email is in the description box. You can reach out to me, and if you need someone to talk to. Otherwise, if this reading resonated in any way, Ashe, I'm so grateful for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, empaths. I know that this is probably a really taxing time for you, so thank you for, taking time out to listen to this video. I hope you received something. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out, but I will see you guys in my next video. Okay.